Hey everyone, it's Agent Ann Stewart, and today I want to talk about moving brokerages. I did a video about why I moved from my old brokerage KW to EXP, but I wanted to take it down to like a granular level in this video. I wanted to share some intimate reasons why I made the move. And if you're an agent and you're thinking about moving to any brokerage, let alone EXP, these are things that should go through your mind as far as what is important in your move. And everybody's different. Everybody's needs are different. I wouldn't be the first to say that EXP is not for everybody. It is not a brokerage for every agent. It is a brokerage for a lot of agents though. And so I really personally believe that every agent out here should look at EXP and decide for themselves if this is the right move for them based on what their personal goals are, personal and professional. They kind of intermix though. As we all know, real estate is a lifestyle business, and this is a career that I have made for myself over the last 18 years of being in real estate. I never saw myself moving brokerages, to be honest. When I was at Keller Williams, I thought, well, I'll just retire there. There's really nothing else like it out there, until EXP showed up on the scene. So some of the things that I looked at when I was looking at EXP was not just the cost savings or the opportunity, but just what did I really want for my life? What did I see for myself and my family in the next 5 to 10 years of my professional career? Now, I could have stayed at my last brokerage. I could have, kept going and sold properties and done my thing. I had a great thing going, and I didn't have any need to really switch it up. And yet with EXP, they offered enough opportunities in various ways that I had to look at it. I had to see this for both myself, my family, and also my team members. I have a small team, and they're, deserving of opportunities just like I am. And so I looked at this in terms of holistically, like how does this opportunity, if I truly evaluate it from all angles, really compare to what I'm doing in this present moment, which was at my last brokerage. So, we were doing our thing at our last brokerage. We were selling around 100 homes or more per year, depending. We were doing about $40 million a year on average. It was just the same thing every year, and it was a good business. Then along comes EXP, and some of the things that were brought to my attention about this company were the fact that it is publicly traded on the NASDAQ, which got my attention. I thought, to be vetted for the exchange security services to get on the NASDAQ definitely takes a company that has some serious, some growth potential and offers, a lot. That being said, so are some other brokerages that are on the NASDAQ. The difference was they were now offering, for just doing what I already do, which is sell homes, I now have the opportunity to take advantage of the awarded shares of stock, meaning I don't even have to buy them. I just go out and sell the houses I'm going to sell year after year, and they award me stock for doing so. To the effect that I potentially qualified for ICON when I was looking at this. And ICON status at EXP means that when you pay your $16,000 cap plus, a certain number of homes after that, you can apply for ICON status, which means that your entire cap of $16,000 comes back to you in the form of awarded shares of stock, not stock options. A lot of people get that confused. Stock options is where you have to buy stock in order to get stock, and there's other stipulations with that. Awarded shares means you get it back. You get it back in stock. So $16,000 comes back to you if you qualify for ICON status in terms of stock. Now, that's huge. That makes your desk fee into an investment. So obviously you have to qualify for it, and I'll go into later about, what an ICON status means, but according to what I saw on paper, qualified for ICON the last several years I was at Keller Williams, which meant that if I'd been at EXP over the last 5 to 10 years with those, all things were similar and I was at EXP, I would have had, in my rough estimates, over $250,000 in stock awards. Now, that spoke to me because I have retirement goals. Like anybody, I look at the future and I think, am I putting away for today for tomorrow? My husband and I are very dedicated to, maxing out 401s and all these other vehicles that we do. And I looked now at this and thought, gosh, if I'm at eXp Realty over the next 5 to 10 years qualifying for ICON status, that could be substantial stocks that I can utilize to either pay off a rental property, retire, go buy something, keep it in there for the long haul, whatever the case might be. That right there stood out to me as, wow, this is a huge opportunity just in that. The other great thing is that they award stocks in other ways. So my team members and I can all benefit from this. It's not just me. My team members, although they don't qualify for Icon because I'll go into that later on in a different video. Team members can be awarded stock for attracting agents, for closing on their first transaction, every year they're with EXP, so it cycles every year. There's a few other ways that, and they can also buy it at a 20% discount with their own commission. So I have an agent on my team who sells a lot of homes, and she set herself up right out of the get-go to buy the stock at a 20% discount with every single commission check. So it's automatically taking out of her commission checks, a certain percentage, and she's buying it at a discount. So she's right away building a retirement plan for herself. I couldn't be more happy about that. Like, I think the world of her, and I want her to benefit from having some kind of retirement plan. I tell all of the agents I ever meet, start today with saving and investing. And so now I'm able to provide that for a team member. How huge is that? If that's not incentive enough to stick around, hey, what is, right? So now my team members have the same opportunities as I do, and we all can benefit from being at this company. The other piece to this is the revenue share. If you've kind of been watching EXP, you might have heard some stuff about it, may not understand it, or you might know really a lot about it. The reality is the revenue share is substantial if you actually work on it, and we have been able to see a huge revenue share in just the first 8 to 9 months. We've attracted a lot of agents. We've brought in some small brokerages. We've done some things to kind of, share this with other agents because we feel like it's such a huge value. And agents go, well, yeah, I want to join. This is such a great opportunity for us too. So by attracting agents, they're benefiting. And so there's this little thing called revenue share that is, the last company I was at, Keller Williams, did profit share. And good on them. At least they had a program that gave back on some level to the agents. But I could never fully understand profit share. I couldn't tell it to you if my life depended on it. My last profit share check was $11. I think the most I'd ever gotten was a few hundred, but here at EXP, it's not uncommon to get thousands of dollars a month in revenue share. So for your brokerage to be paying you and then giving you stock awards, tell me that's not a good deal. Tell me you can't look away from that, if at all, because if you're out paying the same amount I am right now or more, even less for that matter, at a different brokerage, you're out there paying $21,000 to Sotheby's, Coldwell Banker, Remax, whatever company it is, wouldn't it be worthwhile to look at, wow, if I pay them that and I move to EXP and I get that all back in stock awards, that's got to be saying something. So stock awards, stocks to buy a discount, revenue share opportunities, which I'm not going to get into this video with revenue share because it's just too lengthy, but those two financial opportunities means there are 3 ways you can make income and investment at EXP. Your typical real estate job, which is going out there and selling real estate, earning commissions day after day, which is what you're going to do anyway, earning stock through stock awards, buying it at a discount, and then revenue share. This is the first real estate company that is thinking about its agents' financial future. It's huge. And then there's this thing called the virtual world, which is where you can get everything at your fingertips. You can go in and it's more accessible than my last brokerage, let's put it that way. Most brokerages don't have the capacity or the staffing to be able to keep up with a growing office. And there's no worries about that here at EXP. So then there's this whole thing where you think about, okay, I'm moving brokerages. There's a huge cost and inconvenience with that. And I'm going to agree with you. There absolutely is. I had to think about all that stuff too. I had to think about, what is it going to cost us to move? I mean, we were at the office at the last brokerage. We rented a space. We were going to have to go out and get space and sign leases and, do all these things with copy machines and whatever. I mean, I had a team. It's not like I could go home and work, which a lot of brokers do. But, ironically, we went around and researched all the options and opportunities for office space, and we found a spot that we're paying far less per square foot than we were at our last office. See, we had to pay rent at our last office. At Keller Williams, they charged us a hefty amount just for the square footage. And so we're renting despite all of that. Now we have a larger office space at a cheaper price per square foot, and we're happy because our culture is right there with the team. So, but I had to think about the cost of all that, you guys. I had to think about, what is this going to mean for us over the first year? And is the opportunity worth it? And, the reality is that I couldn't not think about all of our futures in this business. I plan on retiring with EXP. I plan on the next 10 plus years of my real estate career being the strongest, where I can look back and go, God, I am so glad I went to EXP, because at least on some level, I wasn't just throwing my desk money away every single year, which is what I started thinking about when I was looking at these two models. You see, if I really added up how much I've spent paying desk fees over the last 18 years of my real estate career, oh my Lord, I could have paid off 2 to 3 houses. I mean, no joke. Like, it's alarming when you really stop and think about it, which I try not to. But now I get to do the other. I get to go forward in my real estate career and go, gosh, I get to move forward with EXP knowing that I'm benefiting from being there financially, and it's a win-win. I think everybody has to make choices for themselves. It's not always about financial. I know agents who pay, $30, $40, $50,000 a year to be at a certain brokerage, to have a certain name. And if they really feel at the end of the day that they could not have the success in their business without that brand name, then God help them, they should stay there. But I challenge every broker out there, I'm telling you, look me in the eyes right now and don't ask yourself, is that broker, are you paying them to stay in business, or are you paying yourself? Because at the end of the day, at the end of your career, you're not going to have them waiting for you, handing you a retirement pension plan. There are no brokerages out there that have a pension plan for agents. Their only objective is to collect the desk fee and pay themselves or their fees and expenses. EXP has it set up that you can do the opposite. You can put the money back in your pocket, and you can save and have a nest egg for yourself at the end of all of this, beyond your real estate commissions. I look at my husband, who works at a company that actually gives him stocks every single year he works there, and it has added up tremendously over the years. And I thought about that when I was looking at this company. I thought, as a business-minded person, as somebody that's working away day after day, I can't help but not look at that. And I urge you to do the same. If you're considering at all the move, think about what the next 10 years of your career look like. If it at all involves paying a desk fee to somebody on some level, you owe it to yourself to look at this as a possibility for you, or to your team members, or your family, or just the possibility. Maybe you're a brand new agent and you're thinking, I don't know if I'm going to make icon or sell enough. The reality is you're still going to earn awards, and you still have the opportunity to get to that point. I know of an agent who started at EXP back in November. She hadn't sold one house in a while, and she is rocking it at EXP because she's so on fire and so excited to become an icon agent and someday have the ability to say, wow, I got my stock earned back. So just think about those things. When you're evaluating brokerages, get out of your own head. Stop thinking about the brand matters. I can tell you from here on out, it does not matter. You matter. You and your family and your future matter. So that's all I have to say about that. I just thought it would be important to share those things as you're thinking about, maybe you're evaluating if EXP is right, or if you're changing other brokerages. Think about what those brokerages offer you, and really dig deep on what matters and how you want your career to go in your life.